They're also the same guy that will just walk around completely naked in the gym.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
those old men that just don't care.
Yeah.
If you have not experienced this before, go to a Planet Fitness or work at a gym.
Or go to a whack.
And
Planet Fitness in the morning.
Yeah. It's something, you know what? I respect it. You're kind of doing your own thing. Yep. I just don't like it. I don't necessarily want to see a naked man right away in the locker room when I walk in there. So,
and then don't reprimand me for not getting naked in the locker room, because that's happened.
Well, you've been reprimanded for that?
What?
Tell that story.
Well, the guy.
Why aren't you naked?
He's like, take a shower. Back in the Marines, they would have strapped you down, hosed you down. Like,
I'm like, sir, this is not the Marines. This is Planet Fitness.
Dude, I did not.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another 0.5 episode of the Campfire Council podcast. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate all of you. Today, we are just going to get into it, roll with the punches, see what we got going on. So, how's everyone feeling today on this Friday night? It's the weekend.
Stellar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything exciting going on?
Nothing.
No.
Nothing? That's huge.
No, because we live next to the county zoo. Zoos are depressing. Dude, okay, so as soon as you walk into the zoo, is like the first thing you see is the penguins, right?
Dude, so awesome.
Oh, it's horrible. Like, okay, you walk in, you see the penguins, and they're kind of just staring at you, like they're like, "Please help me."
Yeah,
and like
they
all
have no space.
or they're like looking at the wall, and it's just like it's just depressing.
The penguins
and
are my favorite though.
They do smell.
They are cute.
Did you ever see Happy Feet?
Yes.
Good movie.
That scene where he's like in the zoo.
Yes.
That's literally what penguins are like at the zoo.
Yeah.
They just like forget who they are.
It's so sad.
Oh, I saw something at work today. I don't like watching the news, but on the news it showed they had some in China at their zoo.
China.
They had their panda section where they had like panda cubs. They actually just painted these small dogs to imitate being small little like panda cubs.
I did see that. Yeah.
Oh,
like
was it because they could take then the panda cubs and like do like the treatments that they needed to do?
It might have been. I don't know if it was like they were supposed to have the cubs for the attraction and they didn't have them, so like let's just put these dogs and make them as pandas.
And I think
that
the
totally
pandas
works.
like
Makes
the pandas
sense to
just
me.
kind of like they rolled with it from what I remember. Like they didn't really think much of it.
Were there pandas there?
I don't know. It
Yeah,
just
it
showed
was, like,
it just showed
in the
the
exhibit.
dogs that looked like the colors of pandas, but they were panting and like barking and just like running around like dogs. Like how do you
Crazy.
what's going on there? Like
I thought it was like they put them in the same area with the pandas. Or
well,
no?
I don't know.
Oh,
It could have
maybe I'm
been.
wrong. It could be a false memory.
Maybe they were trying to just have
Maybe pandas secretly love dogs and they just
it was like a therapy thing. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
funny. They looked kind of, I mean, the colors matched the pandas, but you could tell how they moved, how they were panting like dogs. Like, that's not a panda.
The article says Chinese zoo admits pandas are painted dogs
Oh my
after outrage.
Like, what? Imagine too. You. What if you went specifically for like the panda cubs?
Mom, it barked. No, it didn't.
it didn't.
No,
Shut
it
up!
didn't.
Shut up and look at the pandas.
All right, exactly. I actually got to see a panda once. I was in
picture is so
California at the San Diego Zoo. Again, don't recommend. But
It's cool you saw a panda.
yeah,
though.
that's
the
what's
bear.
cool about zoos is like you get to see animals that you wouldn't ever see. So like that part of it is cool.
Yeah.
But it sucks that the animals are there.
I think all pandas are owned by China, and they
Whoa,
like
I believe
lease
so.
them to other
NFTs
countries.
for pandas?
They lease.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure only
Spit everywhere.
only
I'm sorry.
China has a monopoly on pandas.
One time I was on
random.
a mission trip in Chicago and I saw a dolphin just poop everywhere.
Oh no.
Like it was one of those moments you walk up to the section where, you know, they got the glass
Yeah.
and you're looking at all the different like I think it was just I don't know if it was just a dolphin section or just probably just the dolphins in there, but I was like, oh, that's sick. Like here comes the dolphin. I was like in 7th or 8th grade, and just cloud of poop. Just
Ugh,
it's pretty nasty.
that is.
So that was
nasty.
my experience.
Someone has to clean that.
The behind the scenes of dolphin tail.
I don't know if they clean that. I think it's just do
Really?
they clean the water? They probably do with something.
Yeah,
You don't think they clean the water?
they clean it?
They definitely do.
Okay, they clean it. I don't know.
How about you swim in your own poo?
Well, they do in the ocean, but the ocean's huge, so
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
There's
Okay,
probably things
they
that
probably
eat it,
do, yeah.
which is gross.
I mean,
Oh,
probably a little.
You know what we could
Yeah.
talk about is cruise ships and how gross cruise ships are.
I've never been on one, so I can't say.
Well, not like the thing the thing itself is kind of gross, but like all of the waste from,
Oh, yeah.
us
Oh, okay.
going out into the ocean.
Does that go
yeah.
into the ocean?
Oh yeah.
I mean, but okay,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not bad for the environment.
Yeah, but that's
Human
disgusting.
waste is not bad for the environment.
doesn't it get
probably
like?
is.
Doesn't it break
No, it's
down
not.
and just get?
There's probably some weird stuff in there that's
You
not good
can
for
use
the
your
ocean.
own poop to fertilize plants.
Yeah, but maybe not good for the
Matt
ocean.
Damon did it in
Well,
The Martian.
Don't the fish eat that though? Like you're saying?
I don't know.
Probably. Maybe.
I think it's fine.
I
It's
have
gross.
no idea. I would think that the ocean is so big it can probably handle.
They're just
it.
like a
probably
school
handle
of
it.
fish, just like chomping behind it.
Yeah, maybe it's
num.
feeding the whole ecosystem.
It's like those
I would
fish
imagine.
that nibble
That'd be
on
cool.
your feet.
That'd be cool to see what fish and like creatures are following cruise ships for that reason of just like
Yeah.
eating after it.
Ooh, here we
I'm sure
go.
there's a
Here we
lot,
go.
but-
I want legit 100% answers. Do you guys believe in some type of Loch Ness monster? As what I mean, as in like some type of giant sea creature that humans have not discovered yet.
No.
Absolutely.
That's somewhere in the ocean.
Absolutely.
No.
Really? What are your thoughts, Mila? I wanna.
We would have found it by now.
But haven't we only searched like a certain
I
percent?
think 10% of
You
the
want to look
ocean.
that up? No, it's
will.
even
So
less
it just
than that.
happens to be like in the areas that we haven't searched.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
haven't
but we
seen
can't.
it.
We can barely get cameras down to the ocean.
We have satellites everywhere, dude.
but they can't get down that far.
I'm sure there's some things down there that we haven't discovered yet, but like a giant Loch Ness monster, I don't know.
I am kind of with you on that though. I don't think there's like some massive
like
thing.
Like the giant squids, I'm pretty sure they were like never observed alive
Mm-hmm.
until like recently, like I don't know, in
Yeah.
the last 50 years or something like that. But I think we did find like dead bodies that washed ashore. So I don't know.
According,
crazy.
sorry.
Go ahead.
According to the most scientific resources, only around 5% of the ocean has been explored by humans.
Yikes.
That is scary.
It is.
That
so
is scary.
That is pretty wild. Here's my one. I think it's just a fun thing to believe. I kind of hope there's just something cool down there. Like, I'm never going down that far, so that's okay with me. I'd rather have some crazy sea creature than like a land animal. But you know, in like Finding Nemo, when Dory comes across the little squishy, the light, that fish that glows up,
Oh,
those
yeah.
are real. And you have like
The
electric
angler-
eels,
the anglerfish.
and those are miles and miles down the ocean. We've obviously discovered them. But my thing is like, okay, if they're that far down and there's that fish, there's got to be something bigger and kind of similar where it can survive in that environment that can like produce light. That's just kind of the way I look at
Why
it.
does there
but
have to be though?
I want there to be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there definitely
Here's-
doesn't have to be. But
Yeah,
we
I want to believe that there is.
Here's my way of thinking. The Bible talks about two creatures.
Behemoth.
The behemoth, which is a land creature, which some theologians and historians believe is just the hippo. I don't. I think it's something much cooler.
You just turned into.
Yeah, you're like almost
Oh,
doing
am
your
I?
Trump.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's something that's much cooler. Some would say, I would say. Yeah, no, I just think, like, and it also talks about Leviathan. Leviathan's a creature of the deep.
I
and
don't
then Leviathan
Doubt that
is
they
also...
existed in the past. I'm just saying like right now.
All right, dude.
Don't kill my dreams,
Okay,
Milo.
have you guys heard of the Doomsday Fish?
No.
Or the oar fish, it's called. That's like the... Okay, there's a fish, and I'm not fully well studied on this, so people
Keep
go
talking.
fact-check
I'm
me.
just gonna flip it so we can see the camera.
Oh,
But
okay.
keep talking.
yeah.
You're good.
So the oar fish, basically, the nickname is the Doomsday Fish, And every single time that this fish lives in the deep, like the deep
Okay.
of the ocean.
The big blue.
And every single time that these fish come to the surface, and it's usually like one at a time. And these things are pretty big. Like they're bigger than a human. Every single time that one of these things has approached the surface, some sort of huge natural disaster happens within like a very, very short amount of time, like a couple days.
Like a tsunami.
Like a tsunami.
Okay.
Tsunami is the big one. That
that's
happens a lot because it happens a lot. They see him off the coast of Japan.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
Luke is just spilling a lot. He's struggling.
I think it's just water, the drippage. On
Yeah.
the,
the condensation.
yes, condensation. There we go.
So it happens mainly off the coast of Japan is where they see it, and then there's usually a tsunami. But it's also happened where it'll pop up in other places, and there's a volcano that erupts like in the next day, or there's an earthquake, somewhere. So like every single time that one of these fish comes to the surface, some sort of natural disaster, like that's a huge one, happens. And so like I don't know, kind of freaky, kind of weird. I don't know. Scientists don't even know.
It could be they're detecting it. They have some sense of like some seismic activity or something.
But it's
like
only
that.
one at a time. Like it's not like it's like a school or like all of them are popping up all over the place. I think it's only one. It's weird. I mean,
Animals are pretty crazy. Think about like cows; they like lay down right when the storm's coming, or like how
Hey,
how
what do you
dogs
call,
can sense danger, stuff
you-
like that. It's kind of cool how
Yeah.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Oof. Let me think. Cow with no legs.
a legless cow.
Bowing something.
Ground beef. There you go.
I know you got more dad jokes than you, Noah. Don't stop now.
I really don't. I
Oh.
don't have much.
You know what's
Sorry.
weird? Okay, so like I'm ordering
Some
Domino's.
of it's weird.
And they have
you,
this new
have you
thing.
ordered it yet?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. 17 minutes away.
Okay.
So he'll probably come on the podcast.
Okay.
We should get him to try to sit down on the podcast.
Who?
That'd be crazy. The pizza delivery person.
That'd be kind of that would be interesting.
That'd be pretty funny.
That'd be pretty good.
We could just let him talk, let him cook.
Let
But
him
okay,
cook.
so this is the weird thing. It says that you can meet your pizza delivery guy person at a certain spot. So you can choose like a middle spot and then you can meet them there. That's what I'm getting from it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's 100% true, but that's just weird.
Maybe people feel more comfortable that they're like not knowing where they live. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I
Would you
don't
do
really
it?
care, but maybe if you like live alone or something, or just paranoid, or you
Okay.
just don't
Well, let's say
want
like
to know where people let people know where you live. I don't know.
let's say like you're doing like I don't know, you're headed somewhere and you order it from a Domino's like
Ah, that could
close
work too.
by. So
That's
on
smart.
the way, like you're like just taking a quick 5-second detour, grabbing the pizza, and then like 5 minutes later you're at your friend's house. Like
That's probably what it is.
it
that's
could be
smart.
like that, or it could be like you live in an apartment complex and you want them to meet like at the corner. Like instead of coming up to your apartment or whatever,
Mhm.
like you're just meeting at the corner. Simple. I don't know.
I could see that.
I don't know. Just a thought.
What else we got? What else is on everyone's mind?
Got a lot on my mind.
Tell me what's on your
I
mind.
got
Louis.
mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Everything. All at once. All the time.
Well, we got Joy's, Wes, and I got a trip coming up here
Holy crap. Let's
in
talk
a
about
week.
the trip.
Yeah.
Do you guys care if we talk about our trip?
Sure, go ahead.
Just because we're excited about it.
Yeah.
No,
So
you're
we've
not.
been the past few years. Several years actually. We've been going on just like a yearly trip, and we're big disc golfers. Joy's is
Yes,
is better than us for sure. He's the disc golf
You're the
father.
Alpha. Yeah, dude. Sigma, skibbity. Alpha, skibbity.
But
Skibbity's bad.
we
Oh, yeah,
are
that's right. Toilet head.
we've been going out west a couple times, like Utah and Colorado. And this trip we're going out to Vermont and Massachusetts, which is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes.
And it's
Let me
like
look it
East
up.
Coast kind of trip. We're gonna stop through Niagara Falls, drive through like the southern border of Canada, so that's gonna be sick. And just disc golf. It's just a week of disc golf, which
It's
is gonna be
just
awesome.
straight rips.
So we're
Yeah,
looking
these
forward
are
to
like
that.
some of the best rated courses
What?
in the
No.
world and also in
Nothing,
the
I'm
States.
just smiling.
No, it just keeps on looking at me.
Is it a crime to look at you?
You're a
Kind
handsome
of.
guy. I'm trying to
It
find
is? Okay.
my wish list.
I am jealous of Milo's hair. Milo
It
has
is great hair.
such great
Thank
hair.
He's
Thank you.
just
That's
Italian. Like when you think of Italian,
Mamma mia.
Here it is.
Italian and Filipino.
Emilio,
Yeah.
Okay. so-
Salamoni, Trillo.
Okay, you guys know Dave Portnoy, obviously. Like
Yeah.
Freaking
pizza
love.
review guys.
Yes.
When he was in Italy, like
Barstool.
if you watch any of the Italy pizza review videos, he's just
Scusi.
constantly going like,
Yeah.
like ciao, scusi.
He does.
just like constantly ciao, scusi. It's just so funny.
He's so over the top with
It's
it.
the Family Guy. Boppity beepity boopity. The boppity boppity beepa.
That's the whole conversation. Just that.
You got it. You got to use your hands.
True.
That's
Yeah.
all.
Italian people definitely use their hands.
Yeah.
Does your dad do that a lot? Does he use his hands? talks?
Not an extreme amount, I don't know. I think there's a difference between Wisconsin Italians and like New York Italians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
They don't.
We're
People in
tamed
my
here in
family
Wisconsin.
don't act as Italian as what you would see in the movies or like if you went to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they talk just like, normal Wisconsinites. So
Oh, sure, there, bud.
Oh, I have something
go
here.
outside and
Here we
snow
go.
and you're
they all
your
grew up
shoes are
in
gonna get-
Milwaukee, so they don't really talk like that.
Oh, okay.
I have something for all of us. Why is it that almost every single human being, when they are standing and they answer the phone and on the phone, we always just walk
Yeah, I don't
back
get
and
that.
forth
I do that.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Why is that? I do it. I find myself doing it. I try not to do it, and I'll find myself like in one spot, and then I'll pace over somewhere else, and I'll stand. And I see it so much. There are some people that stand, but I'd say a lot of people that I reckon like that I notice are just pacing back and forth or moving, or they'll start fidgeting with stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they'll walk up to something, they'll start touching something, or I want to know your thoughts. I think it's weird, and I don't like it.
I think people just like either like want to get away from who they're around at that point, or maybe try to like distance themselves, but like maybe subconsciously, like where they're not like purposely trying to
I
like
just-
get away from other people, and they're trying to have like a more private conversation because it's like they're not really like including the other people in the conversation.
I've always done it because my dad would do it all the time. So like my dad, he's a financial advisor, and so he talks to clients all the time, like constantly on the phone. And he'll be that guy where he'll be walking around the house. If you've ever been in, you guys have all been in my house, I think. Well, my
Yeah,
parents'
I have.
house.
I have.
But the way it's kind of shaped, it's kind of shaped like an 8. Like you have a hallway right cutting in the middle, but you can walk the entire like house. And so like me and my dad will do that. Like if we're on the phone, we'll walk like around the entire house like nonstop. Or if he's on the phone and I'm on the phone, we'll have to like pace back and forth like this, and he'll take the other side of the house. Like it's so funny.
Because
It's
they're
a
just
bunch of
competing over the
pacing.
house.
Yeah. So like I think I learned to do that from him. Like I just saw it like, and it's just what you do.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a Wisconsin thing. I just noticed it's just kind of
No,
it's
gotta
funny
be
to
an everybody
watch
thing.
how people
Yeah.
they're so similar. They'll walk, like the pace, stop, fidget,
Yep.
turn around, pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's humans are interesting. We do a lot of weird things,
Sure do.
a lot of silly weird things.
You want to know something weird I've done before?
Mm.
The
I'd love
many
to.
list of weird things that I've done. Oh no, I already mentioned it. Never mind.
What?
Scratch that.
I'm so
I
confused.
walked and took
Oh,
a shower with
yeah.
one sock
We
on.
talked about
Dude!
this last
That's
episode.
right. Yeah, it wasn't literally the last episode.
The last 0.5, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
lame of me.
I think so.
I didn't. Oh, dude, I didn't get to talk to you guys about my sleep habits. Those
hear
are
it.
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to
Uh-oh.
sleep run.
All right, get into this right now.
So
Just running around the house.
So like when I was a kid, I wouldn't just sleepwalk like and walk around the house like and have conversations like legit. One time, my brother was watching a movie downstairs. I came downstairs, sat next to him watching the movie
That's
watching
crazy.
the movie, and I look at him and I go, "So where's the money?"
So where's the money?
And he goes, "Dude, what are you on right now? And I'm like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm talking about, the money. And he goes,
Money.
go back to bed. And I'm like, okay. So obviously I don't remember that. It's from what my brother told me happened. But yeah, and he just said, yeah, you just went back to sleep, and that was it. The other time
Jeez, Noah.
had like a weird dream, and like I literally full on threw myself out of bed and like tried running out of the house. And at the time, like our door, like our front door had like bells on it, like so our dog could ring it.
Yeah.
And the only way that my dad heard me going outside is he heard the bells, and he like went down, grabbed me, and like brought me back upstairs. 30 minutes later, I do the exact same thing.
That's
then,
crazy.
Imagine you wake up in the middle of the night to get some water, and you're just getting water, and you just see just
No,
run
it's in
past.
full
But the
sprint.
way that you guys
that?
described him as a kid, that makes a lot of sense.
dude, I was a wild
kid. Bull cut Noah sprinting around the house.
Dude, I could send Luke that picture and it can get posted up. But yeah,
That's a must.
yeah, dude, there's some other wild stories.
I love that.
Like one time I woke up and went in by my parents' room, stood in the door, like at the doorway.
Ew, you creep.
Yeah, stood in the
I
doorway.
would hate that so much.
And my parents are like, Noah,
That's so scary.
Noah, go to bed. Noah. And eventually my dad had to like yell like, Noah. And I just go, ah! And I just hit the ground.
That's
like,
creepy, dude.
like as if it was like a flashbang or something. Like I just like hit the floor.
Wow.
And like,
So you just woke up and you're
yeah,
like,
and
what
then
am I doing?
I woke up on the floor and I'm like,
All right.
what just happened? Like, yeah, like, because
Huh.
they always tell you
Yep.
never wake up a sleepwalker. Pull up the clip from Step Brothers where they wake them up. Dude, that clip is so funny. Where they wake them up when they're sleepwalking during
Oh, is that where he
Christmas.
just destroys the room, the
Yeah.
jump set?
Yeah,
right?
no.
Or-
That's when they bring in the Christmas tree and throw it on the bed, and then they start, and then he's like waking him up, the dad, Walter.
Okay,
Walter.
yeah.
And then they start beating him, and they throw Walter down the stairs. Yeah.
Unreal.
Is anyone else the same way when it comes to sleeping? I hate and I cannot. I could. I do not want to sleep with a door open.
Oh no, I can't.
I hate
It's
it.
uneasy.
It's the worst, and I stare right at the opening in the darkness,
Yep.
and my mind's just focused on it, and it starts racing, and I just, even when I close my eyes and thinking about it, it's funny too because anytime that basement door is open, I close it immediately. I hate
door
it.
over here?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, I hate it.
I kind of
dude.
have noticed that. Like,
yeah.
God, that's weird.
I
Like,
just,
thought it was
I
open
don't know,
before.
because even at nighttime too, I grew up always being terrified of the dark. Not terrified, but I was always scared of the dark. And
yeah,
for the most
peed
part,
bed. It's fine.
I'm over it. What'd you say?
I said you peed the bed.
Well, absolutely. I peed the bed.
Sure, we all have at some point.
Yeah.
I still have like a slight fear of the dark. It's just like that when I'm home alone, if it's like 1 a.m. and I
Okay.
just like look over and like, oh, the door's wide open. I'm just like staring at it. I hate it. So I close it immediately. Especially my room. I can't sleep with the door open. It's not happening. Closet too, close, shut.
That's a weird one.
I'm not looking in that dark closet.
Huh.
I don't know what's in there.
I think you know exactly what's in there.
I don't want to look at my clothes.
Right.
Oh, scary.
Do you guys need sound to fall asleep?
No.
Ooh.
Milo just needs the good floor.
I don't. It just needs to be like pitch black and like complete silence.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
You know what I also hate? I'm going to give you set the scene. We are all at an Airbnb or like a probably more specific, a hotel room. So let's say the four of us got
Which
a
you
hotel
hate.
room, which I also do not like sleeping in, but we all get ready for bed and we turn off the lights and we're like, we all get settled and it's at that point where we're all comfortable, but with just silent. But everyone else is still awake. I hate that.
Really.
Oh,
It's
You have a
just
lot
like-
of pet peeves.
Pizza's here.
Oh,
I absolutely,
All right,
pizza time.
Let's see if he wants to join the pod.
I
Dude.
absolutely 100%
Yeah.
hate that because like I know you guys are still awake. I'm awake, and it's just like I hate that. It's so awkward.
Yeah.
Shout out to the pizza man. Joey's getting his pizza.
sure did. We're currently doing our podcast. Do you want to join us?
Come on in.
But no. I'm understaffed tonight, which is why it took so long.
No, it didn't take long at all.
What's his advice? Ask him for his advice.
Obviously we were busy. Thank you very much.
Joey, ask him for a piece of advice.
Oh, give us one piece of advice. That's what we're talking
One
about.
piece of advice.
Could be anything. Something you learned from your parents, something.
You put me on a spot, and I don't have any real good advice. Other than, I guess, pick your friends right.
Yeah.
Stick with them.
There we
Heck
go.
yeah.
I like that.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Thank
you.
That was a good advice.
That was good.
Well, folks, we have the pizza man. He said for advice is pick your friends right. So pick good friends.
Yep.
Don't pick bad friends. So there you go. He also did not want to join us on the podcast.
He was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, he got very.
And he
Very
said
uncomfortable.
he said he was understaffed tonight. So
Oh. Well, he's got to do his job. I get that.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know when it's that awkward silence, and everyone is like they start to close their eyes and you're trying to fall asleep, but everyone's awake. That moment I hate because you might be uncomfortable and you're trying to like roll around and you hear people shuffling and you can hear breathing.
There's a lot of things you need to get over.
True.
I can.
You tell him, Milo.
I will get over and
Be
I'll
a
fall
man.
asleep. I don't like it.
Go ahead, roast Luke. Roast him.
It bothers me. I'm used to in the
It
summertime
bothers me.
because when I sleep in the summertime every night I have my AC going in my window unit.
Yeah.
And that noise I'm used to. Or in the fall when it's cooler I have my window open so I can hear the cars.
Okay.
So when it gets completely silent, when I'm by myself, I can make noise and I feel fine. But when I'm with other people, I'm trying to be quiet and I don't want to like be loud.
Okay.
And that restriction
Okay.
I don't like.
Luke's got some quirks, all right?
Yeah. I hate
Weird.
He's weird.
in a new environment, so a hotel room or whatever.
Okay.
I don't mind noise. Like I don't mind like having like you hear like the cars outside or whatever. Like that doesn't bother me. But at home, I hate it. Like if my window's open, I hate it. If I wake up to noise, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Whatever. But if I'm falling asleep and I hear like cars or I hear like, birds or whatever, birds.
Big bird guys.
Yeah, just like if I hear noise like that, I can't. Like it drives me nuts. Like I will, even if it's 80 degrees in my room, I will shut my window. And
You like it warm, don't you?
I do like it warm.
You
I know it's
psycho.
weird.
You psychopath.
I'm
I'm
weird.
also a psychopath. I didn't have AC in my room at all this whole
Yeah.
summer.
I don't.
That
I
I
have
hate.
no
It's
circulation.
crazy.
My bed is right on top of the AC vent because that's the only place my bed fits in my room, like logically.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, I have a fan and I never run it because the noise drives me crazy. So,
Interesting.
So you'd rather sweat and be miserable?
yes, 100%. And in my room, I don't just sleep with a sheet on my bed. I sleep with a comforter every night.
Oh,
Oh, I'm there too.
So
a blanket than a comforter. I hate sheets. Sheets are weird.
yes.
Oh,
Screw sheets.
I like
Ooh,
sheets.
I like
No.
sheets.
I like to be
Too
kind
much
of
sheets.
cold.
Yeah. See?
It's
I like-
annoying. It
makes
always
sense.
like gets wrapped up in like in the comforter, and then
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Oh.
annoying.
Well, it's the most annoying to have to remake. For a
Yep.
blanket, I can just toss it back over and straighten it.
Yeah.
For sheets, you have to like tuck in, and I don't like that.
I don't tuck in my sheets.
The
ever.
worst for me is being too hot when I'm falling asleep.
Yes, Ugh, that's the
I do
worst.
not like it. So if I had to
Kinda
choose
used to it.
between a sheet or a comforter, I'm going to choose a sheet.
That doesn't make sense. It cools you more. I just like the feeling of a blanket. I like getting my room cold, and then having the warmth of like the blanket and the comforter.
Yeah.
Dude.
Do you guys
I-
make your bed in the morning?
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
Okay,
like,
so you
it's
guys
not
do.
like
Mila and I don't. We're lazy bones.
it's not like make. It's just like I fix the comforter to make.
Do you even
it
do that,
look-
Noah or Mila?
Right now, my bed is a deflated air mattress on the floor with a blanket.
That sounds so sad, dude.
I love that.
All right, listeners, we're gonna start a GoFundMe. For Mila. We're gonna get this guy a bed. We're only asking for a small
I
donation.
literally don't need
Yeah.
a bed. Like,
We're using our platform to better our good pal Milo.
I heard Nectar mattresses are on sale, so we're gonna give him one of those.
Sure.
I've just discovered that
really
there's a lot
nice.
of things that you actually don't need in life, and a bed is one of them.
Oh.
I will say, growing up for sleepovers,
Yes.
You know me, I can
love
sleep anywhere,
sleepovers,
but
man.
I used to love sleeping. I could still, if you gave me enough blankets and a pillow, I could have fall asleep right here.
Luke can fall asleep
Oh.
anywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a gift.
So could I.
I'd
I get
say
tired.
It's a gift, yeah.
I want to sleep. I'm gonna go to bed.
Dude, if I need to, I'll sleep in jeans. Like I've done
Ew.
that.
I
I've
used
done
to do that
before.
in high school when
Jeans?
I was a
Yep.
psycho.
I will. I will sleep like this. What I'm wearing right now with my hat on, I will fall asleep.
With a hat on.
Yeah, I will. I'll
That's
do it.
so bold. Are you guys side sleepers, or are you just like
I'm a stomach sleeper.
stomach? Ugh.
So, but like, I go like,
I kind of just, wherever I end up, I sleep.
Okay.
I'm constantly in flux. Like
Yeah.
I can fall asleep on my back and I'll wake up like on my stomach,
Mhm.
on my side, upside down in the bed. Like
Upside down.
upside
It's
down.
happened before.
The bed.
I,
The bed's
I
on
move
the
a lot.
ceiling.
I
You're
move
just
a
in a
lot.
Yeah, so
different.
do I.
I
You're in a
used to move a
different
lot
house.
more when I was younger, but yeah.
Okay.
You wake up in a different home on someone else's.
There's no
floor.
That
running
has-
around.
So I haven't woken up in a new home, but I have woken up and I don't know where I am many times.
That's
Oh,
scary.
that,
Yeah.
Ooh. That's
I've moved
weird.
around a lot, so like I think sometimes my brain thinks I'm in a different like house or
Okay.
apartment or whatever,
Okay.
and then I have some. It's happened many times where I have to like reconstruct where I am on the planet.
Ooh, here's another question. How many hours of sleep do you guys feel best at?
8.
I feel best at 7.5 to 8.
I feel waking up. I feel best at 5.
Ugh.
I'm at about
not good
6.
enough. Or at least it
I
doesn't sound like
thrive.
it's good.
Dude, I thrive off of 5 to 6 hours of sleep.
I think you think
a
you
day.
thrive.
Maybe true.
I also down 32 ounces of coffee every
There you go.
morning by 9 o'clock.
That is
So-
baby stuff. That is
and I'm up by 4:30. So
that's
that.
beginner. Only 32 ounces.
Yeah, only 32.
You'll understand one day.
Okay.
The two rains.
Dude,
no, I actually I only have typically in a day I only have a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And
only a
if
cup.
I'm lifting, I typically will do like a scoop of pre-workout, which is about 150 milligrams caffeine. So I'm probably sitting a little over 200. But on the weekends, it's game on.
Mm-hmm.
It's game on.
Dude, heck yeah. I mean, we got one right here.
I think I thrive off of routine for sleep. So if I'm in routine of getting like 8 hours of sleep or 7 for a week, but typically my schedule's about 6 to 7 hours, typically 6. But I think I do the best on 6 hours. Just my body knowing we're going to go to bed this time, we're going to get up at this time,
True.
and we're going to rock and roll.
That's very true.
You ever notice like when you try to go to bed earlier, it's harder to fall asleep? You're like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed at
Yes.
10 o'clock. I'm gonna be a good boy.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I can't fall asleep. This is weird.
I have
Yeah.
to exhaust myself. I have to.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
do
you always said
crazy
that.
workout. Yeah. There's no
Really?
way I'm gonna fall asleep early
Hmm.
unless I really exhaust myself.
Really? Wow.
Well, you know my answer.
Yeah.
Luke can fall asleep by closing one eye.
As long as I'm tired. I mean, if
Right.
I'm just kind of
Yeah.
laying there, it's not really going to happen, and I'm not tired. But
Brandon's dad,
Yeah, I'm
Bits.
tired, dog.
Uncle Pete Sugowski.
Pete,
Brandon's
shut
dad.
up, Pete.
He'll fall asleep with his eyes like half open like this.
Oh, like
Dude, my
Gandalf?
brother does that.
Really?
It's
Ugh.
weird.
shout out to
Where?
grandpas. Grandpas are the elite falling asleep in
For real.
any situation kind of deal. I love it. They just don't care, and I respect that. If they're like at a family event and they're comfortable, like my grandpa will have like a Sudoku or something, or like especially up north, he'd be in his chair. We all be just hanging out, having a good time, and he'd just be knocked.
They're also the same guy that will just walk around completely naked in the gym.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
those old men that just don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
If you have not
Wow.
experienced this before, go to a Planet Fitness or work at a gym.
Or go to a whack.
And
Planet
something.
Fitness in the morning.
yeah. It's something, you know what? I respect it. You're kind of
do
doing your
you.
own thing.
Yep.
I just don't like it. I don't necessarily want to see a naked man right away in the locker room when I walk in there. So
And then don't
Yeah.
reprimand me for not getting naked in the locker room because that's
Didn't-
happened.
well, you've been
Yeah,
reprimanded for
didn't
that?
What?
yeah,
Tell that
like
story.
well, the guy.
Why aren't you naked?
He's like, take a shower. Back in the Marines, they would have
Hosed
strapped
you
you down,
down.
hosed you down. Like, I'm like,
Sir, this is not the
I'm
Marines.
like,
This is
dude,
Planet Fitness.
dude, I did not sweat that much, and I'm leaving. It was like I just wanted to go on the elliptical for like 15 minutes during my lunch break at work, and I was just gonna go back to work. I'm not really around people. I sit in front of a computer. You know, if I wasn't even that sweaty, but if I am, it's not like a huge deal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to strip down and take a shower and spend 20 minutes taking a shower. And then, I was on a time constraint.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Well,
That's okay. Did I tell you guys about the time when I was working at Planet Fitness and the dude was just showering with the curtains open?
No, I heard
That's
I
weird.
heard
That
the
sounds-
dryer
That's-
story.
Yeah, that's a good one
The
too.
dryer
But
story.
I understand, you know, if since we're all guys, you go in a locker room, you're probably gonna see some naked dudes. That's whatever. Do your thing, get changed. But if you're in a shower and there's a curtain to close, just close
close
it.
it.
Probably just use it. Yeah.
You know,
Make
Yeah.
use
and
of
don't look at me either while you
Don't
are
make eye
taking
contact.
the shower and
Like,
I walk
bro.
by. I don't like that. That's
Yeah.
weird. So
Yeah. It's
Just
super uncomfortable.
my advice is shower, because don't be smelly, don't be gross, but close that curtain because I don't want to see you naked,
Yeah.
especially an old man. So
Yep. I would agree.
It's all the old guys watching this podcast right now are freaking out.
good.
Yeah.
And when you're walking back from the showers, don't keep the towel over your shoulder. Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap her around your hips. You know.
The old wrapper up.
Yeah. They just
Like, it's
don't.
not
They
that
really
hard.
just throw it over the shoulder and they really strut. You know.
Yeah. They act
Wow.
like they own the place.
No, are you going hunting this year?
Am I going hunting?
Yes.
No.
Don't you go hunting?
No. I wish I did.
You're more into
I thought
fishing.
you did.
I'm more into fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah. I'm more like I'll go ice fishing this year for sure.
Where you going?
Ice fishing.
Do you do walleye Wednesdays?
No, I want to. But no, I just go to like random lakes or ponds in the area, and typically it'll be a whole day thing for me and my dad. So we'll go,
Like a
or like a
bonding thing.
half day. So like we'll do like Saturday.
What about a
we'll-
quarter day?
No, never a quarter day.
Okay.
No, you're dumb.
I know.
Don't even bring that up. I'm kidding. No, so we'll get out like around like I don't know, like 6:30, 7. We'll get out there and we'll be out on the ice until like noon or 1 o'clock. So we just got last year we weren't able to go ice fishing, or like this past winter, but for Christmas we technically my dad, but because you know I live there and I fish more. Love you, Dad. What?
I say, hey, yo.
I thought you said no, you don't, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right, I don't.
I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't.
No, I do. We got a shanty, and it's like a 5-person shanty.
Shanty.
So
I
that's,
love
that's
that
like
word,
the thing
shanty.
that's like on
Shanty.
the ice.
Do you eat
where
the
it's like
fish?
the enclosure. We sometimes do. My mother is weird about us cleaning fish in the house. So there's a guy right down the street that goes fishing a lot with us, and he knows how to fillet pretty well.
Okay.
So we just give all of our fish if we do keep.
Nice.
But otherwise, it's more just catch and release. It's more just fun to be out and just catch stuff and then release it. We have like way too much money into it, and so it's kind of like hard not to just do it now. Like, and it's fun.
I have a really quick my ice fishing story. I was with my dad, Todd, and then my brother Jacob, and my dad wanted to take us out ice fishing. I think we were just out on Lake Michigan. Is that a pretty popular one? Probably.
Yeah,
No.
you can go in Lake Michigan.
Wait, no, it doesn't freeze over though, does it? Or does it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
And
all right, all right.
if you go in the boundary like not boundary waters, if you go into the breakwater area, so it's like a little inlet where you are in there with your
yeah.
boat, and then you kind of go out after
Okay.
like there's that rock wall or like rock
Well,
thing.
It was maybe
go
it was
on there.
like in Oconomowoc or something. It was all frozen though, and there was just like a.
Catch.
All I remember is we got out there with we were pulling a sled with our gear, and there's just these massive pickup trucks just rolling by, and you can like hear the ice kind of like
Dude, that's
deep-
so
Yeah.
deep
stupid.
crunches, and I was just like,
No.
"Why are we out here, Dad? Like, what are we okay?" And he's like, "Oh, it's fine." And like we set up our spot, and we had like these buckets to sit on. We had like hot chocolate, like that was nice, and we had a lot of ice fishers have like those. I don't know if they're motor powered or whatever, but it drills
The auger.
the auger. It drills through the ice for you.
We have one.
Probably get it done in seconds,
awesome.
minutes, right?
It's
we
seconds.
we have a nice manual one. So the three of us took turns when I was like 10, just probably 15 minutes just going through however many feet of ice. And then once we finally get through, we have our hole this big. My brother Jacob's scooping with like an ice scooper.
Right. Yeah.
Within like 2 scoops, he snaps it. So then we had to like,
How does that happen?
so we got like chunks. It was just too heavy of ice and just like snapped it. So like we had to just grab the end of it and get our hands freezing and just get the chunks out of there. And then we have like these tiny little fishing poles like this big. We're like sitting around there. We didn't catch anything.
Yeah,
No bites.
It's called.
So
That's for those people that don't know ice fishing. That's called jigging. If you have the
what
little
are
ice.
tip ups?
jigging.
Tip
I thought
ups.
that's what it was.
So those are the little wood boards that you have, and it has a flag on
Okay.
it. So anytime it detects movement from like the fish touching the bait, it flips. It's a tip. It tips up.
Oh.
So I just had a
Our
coworker that was
poles,
obsessed with it.
our
That's
poles
the
did
only
not do
reason I
that
know
because
any
we
of
got
this.
nothing.
Yeah, me and my dad, when we go, we'll set up like 4 tip ups, and then we'll be on buckets like jigging. So
And I never went ice fishing again after that.
I understand fishing to an extent. Like I like the hunt of it. Like I think that part is cool. But it seems like I just don't have that. Well, no, I guess I do have that amount of patience because I look for rocks. But like I understand it, but I don't know, it just doesn't catch my interest. So.
it is one of the most frustrating.
It's kind of like golf.
Dude, it is so frustrating of a hobby
Yeah.
if you're not catching. Like
Right.
especially if you're getting bites and you're not catching. Like there have been numerous times where I'm about to throw my pole in the water. Like
Is that like Gamer Noah, but worse?
it's bad.
It's fishing Noah.
It's yeah. I mean, I have pretty good patience, but there are days.
It is fun if you have a beautiful lake, you're with a friend or someone, you can just go on a canoe or a kayak, and you're more so. I like it when you're kind of just out there to enjoy the weather, enjoy the lake, and you just have a pole with you. That's fun for me.
Or your steak.
That's like that is what in the fishing world you call the classic loser or the sore
I'm
loser.
the classic sore loser.
When you leave fishing for the day and you go, well, at least it was nice to be out. That's
That's
like
That's
the
Midwest 101, baby.
the phrase of defeat.
My favorite fishing video on YouTube is
Oh, we have to pull
this
it up.
channel called, I think it's called Black Tip, but
Okay.
they do like deep sea fishing in the Florida area or
Oh,
something. But it's like Devin Larrett, the arm wrestler, and I think Bradley Martin is in the video too.
Okay.
That's
but
so random.
they're like fishing these Goliath groupers.
Oh yeah,
I think I've seen that.
And it looks so intense.
Oh, the
but,
battle
like,
between
yeah,
Bradley Martin and the fish.
yeah,
Oh my-
that it looks so intense,
Never
but
seen
that
this.
looks fun.
None of us would be able to pull that in.
No, but I would
None of
love to
us.
try it.
Yeah,
That
you've
looks
never
so
seen me
fun.
fish though. Yeah.
Those things are huge. The Goliath
I had the
groupers.
story.
They're, I could not believe like how big they are,
dude,
and they
they're
look strong.
insane.
Yeah,
They're insane.
I got a good story for us. So speaking of deep sea fishing, Joyce and I, we were at the time we were dating 2 sisters, but we went on a family vacation with them to Florida, Pensacola.
Wait, you were dating 2 people that were sisters?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like you guys told me
Yeah.
about this.
Steps.
Stepsisters.
Oh,
but
okay.
so we went on a family vacation to Pensacola in Florida, beautiful area, and we got to go out deep sea fishing. I've never done it before. I don't think you have.
Nope.
So
Clearly.
beautiful day. We get out there. They drive us however far they have to, and they set the anchors, and they're setting the bait, and they're casting out, and they're telling us like where to cast, and we're getting started. A couple of people are catching some fish, and Joey's he like reels one in. And it's like, just a tiny little fish. He's like,
No, it's not that small. It was standard fish size.
all right, sure. It was like standard fish size. He's like, all right, nice start. He's all excited,
Yes.
like, all right, we're starting small. We're gonna work our way up from here. And within probably 10 minutes later, I think Joey's just is like, yeah, I'm not feeling too hot.
I just,
And the
just
rest
was,
of the
like,
time,
not feeling good.
he was just barfing, just throwing up chunks over the side of the railing, dude. And I
Yep.
remember I walked up to him. I look over. He's just kind of like leaning down. I was like, you doing all right? He just like looks at me looking so sick. I'm just laughing.
Yeah, it looks-
The entire
Dude, it
time.
was miserable. Like if you guys have been seasick, but like it is miserable because like you can't escape. You're not
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah.
Like you literally just have to ride it out, and like it doesn't get better. It only gets worse. Like it only got better until I saw land. Like as soon as I saw land, like I started to feel better
Okay.
because like like
Yeah, I mean,
that weight, the shakiness.
the boat
affects
was
me so
rocking
much.
because when you're going driving the boat, you're
Motion
fine
sickness.
because it's a little bit of rump, but it's when you're at a standstill and the waves just come. But
Yeah.
I felt so bad for you that I just was just laughing.
It was,
because
it
I
was pretty
wow,
funny. Luke
that's
was like
probably-
taking videos of me too. He's like, how's the fishing going, Joey?
Well, the best part is because we were so
Exactly.
excited for it, and we
were.
spent the
We
day,
were so hyped.
and you caught one fish. One
And it was-
fish.
I could have caught a bigger fish here than over there. In a lake.
You could have caught a pike or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that
so
was that was fun though. I mean, the fish were it was pretty good.
I had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was very.
I caught a really big. I don't know what that
Was it red
silver
snapper
Yes, it was huge.
or the silver one? You caught a
That
red
was-
snapper and then
A barracuda
It might have been.
Sure.
or a tarpon.
I don't know.
Tarpons are silver. Barracudas are silver.
I remember I had the pole tucked underneath my armpit, and I was just everything I had. I was just cranking, and it would just drive it back out,
I was
Oh.
throwing
and then
up.
cranking it, and then they're like, all right, then they told me to release it, let it tire out,
Yeah.
and then I just crank. That was
was-
exhausting.
it
My
was
forearms
probably-
were on fire.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be done. I was like, just come here, fish.
It was probably a barracuda.
I got you. Just let me get you.
Dang.
Nice. Well,
That
we're
Nice.
we are. Unless anyone else has anything else to add, we.
No,
At
I'm
a-
good.
at
I
a
gotta
good
eat
spot.
these wings.
Yeah, dude, I gotta eat that sandwich.
Hungry.
Well, folks, thank you for being here with us. Thank you for tuning and listening. That was a fun conversation. That kind of bounced around a lot. So a lot of random things, a lot of good stuff.
Yep.
Like the pizza man said,
Make
Choose-
good friends.
choose your friends wisely or choose good friends. What do you
Yeah.
say?
He said, "Pick good friends and stick with them."
Pick good friends and stick with them. So that's our advice from our pizza man today.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna definitely help you out in the future. So off of that, as always, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and
Share.
please share. This is the Campfire Council Podcast.